This is Supercharge number 2,999 completed. All right, this is it, the moment you've been waiting for. On the title of the video, Supercharge number 3,000. Let's do it. This is a historic moment. I know you want to hear the whole story, so I'm going to give it to you. Actually, let's see what this maximum charge rate is, or at least what I can show you. Going up fast. All right, well, that's all I can muster out of this one. I hear a lot of cars going by. I'm on the side of the road. All right, I can typically get up to about 161, 162 at a max, but I wasn't low enough on the stated charge. I almost exclusively go in at under 20% whenever I can, but I don't go above 10. And in this video, I'm gonna explain why. So hang in there. I'm gonna tell you the whole story of my car. And actually, let me give you a wide view so you can see what the car looks like too. This is my car. I'm the original owner. My name's Mike, a digitalnomad.net. Yes, it has some front end damage. I was on collisions on the side. The whole side was redone. Falcon wing and front doors, fenders. The back was smashed in. Towing hitch was messed up. So much damage has been repaired. All at Tesla collision centers, although some of that is from my recent miss and run. And just check the channel out for that. I got like 7,000 videos in this channel. Anyway, this is the car. And of course, you may have seen my sticker for Tesla High Mileage Club. Definitely join here if you haven't already. TeslaHighMileageClub.com. TeslaHighMileageClub.com. You probably already saw my wife Denise is working in the car right here. This is her mobile IT sweatshop. That's what we call it. A video that explains all of that. All right, let me get into the details. And as you can see, I'm the only person here right now. And I think they're expanding or putting signs up. That's what that was when we first got here. Let's get into the details about my car. So as reported earlier, my name is Mike Young, a digitalnomad.net. I'm the original owner of this car. Here's the story. First of all, let's get to the number one question you have. Actually, no, let's wait. The number one question you have is this the original battery pack? And you have 265,000 miles. How is it that you have 3,000 superchargers? What were you doing? Going in and charging maybe 1 kilowatt hour at a time? No. All this will be answered in the video, so hang on. All right, I placed the order for my car in December 2016, right before Tesla closed out the SC01, which is the original free unlimited supercharging. All right, now I do use at each supercharger session, I don't want to waste my time. I want to charge up as much as I can. I want to go in at under 20%. And so because of that, these have been very large capacity or large session, kilowatt hour session, supercharging sessions. I don't even know, I'm just gonna guesstimate, I don't know, 70 kilowatts at every session. I don't even know what that translates into. Every supercharger is different. We travel all across the country. We constantly are traveling. So I'm just guesstimating when I tell you that my savings are about $90,000. And I know that I get some pushback from some people about that. I paid $107,000 for the car, but it's more than just the car. You know, I paid for the free unlimited, didn't pay. I guess it was worth the cost. And by the way, my battery is still under warranty, in case you're wondering, because I had an 8-year unlimited mileage battery warranty. But you have to wait and find out if I'm on the original battery pack. So Elon Musk announced that at the end of 2016, they would stop selling cars with SC01, free unlimited supercharging. In fact, they didn't give any indication that they would even continue the program. They said it was over. It was never designed to be around for long, and that they would, just use it as a sales incentive or a demand lever. And of course, it worked. And like I'm telling you, I've almost recovered the entire cost of my car already, almost $100,000 worth of electricity since March of 2017. So they built my car in February of 2017 and delivered it in the middle of March. I'm the original owner. I don't think only a few people have ever gotten behind the wheel of this thing besides me. and not for very much time. So I'm basically the only driver of this vehicle, racked up all this mileage, and we've been living out of the car. Now, if you want to know why I've been getting 3,000 superchargers with 265,000 miles, it's because you saw the towing hitch on the back of the vehicle, okay? We do a lot of towing, and it's not just light towing. It's heavy duty, a box like on that semi over there, not that big. It's like, I don't know, 12 feet long and 7 feet wide or 6 feet wide, whatever it is. Double axle trailer, holds, in combination of the trailer and the cargo, because we have a giant video wall that's 6 feet tall by 12 feet wide. We don't really use it anymore, but we have been using it for the last several years. So I've been getting all this long distance towing mileage on it, about 5,000 pounds, which is the max capacity this car is rated for. Combine that with the fact that Denise and I are constantly traveling, our kids are older, we don't have any kids, pets, or plants to take care of, so we're constantly on the road. As long as, we're digital nomads. She's doing her stuff. We have. You may have seen the little box on my dash. That's 100 megabits per, or what was it, megabits per second? Yeah, or faster sometimes. Speeds on that thing. It's crazy fast. Check my video out on the AT&T mobile hotspot. Actually, it's more than mobile hot. It's mobile broadband is what they call it now. It's awesome. Okay, so we live out of this car. We have our bed in the back, where it's folded down now. But where Denise is sitting, we have the 5-seat model. We can fold the seats flat forward in the middle row and get our twin mattress, air mattress there every night and sleep out of the car with the HVAC on. And so we're racking up, we're using a lot of kilowatt hours just on that. Now my max charging speed is like in the low 160s. I'm saying recent. If I go down to between 10 and 20%, closer to 10, by the time it kicks up, it'll reach those speeds. And I'm sorry about my wrinkled screen, by the way. That screen is just getting old. When Tesla had it for my work, I'm sure they kept the car outside and it got too damn hot inside and it just started to cause us problems. Just cosmetic. Anyway, I've lived through the time where when I originally got my car, even Tesla said, after so many unnamed number of supercharging sessions, because we think this is bad for your battery, because you can hear my air conditioning system is kicking on high speed to cool the battery pack down during these times. Because of that, they're saying that they were going to limit you to 90 kilowatt hours as a max charge rate for the life of the pack after that. And I have seen that. I've been through those years. It was a number of years. They kept me slow. But then all of a sudden they kicked it up. And like I said, now I'm getting, at first I was getting like 120s, and now I'm in the low 160s on this old battery pack with 3,000 supercharging sessions. So, and by the way, if you know anybody that's had more than 3,000, like I said, this is a historic video. Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to actually do a video with them for the Tesla High Mileage Club. We talk about all this stuff all the time in the High Mileage Club. All right, now what else has been going wrong for a high mileage Tesla like this with that number of air conditioning heavy, air conditioning intense supercharging sessions? Well, I have had to have the air conditioner compressor replaced twice. Yes, 2 times. And very recently, in the last 2 years. And because of that, I was able to figure some stuff out, which we show and we talk about in the Tesla High Mileage Club. If you search the group up, I'm going to tell you about what it is right now. Basically, what it is my determination that I know Elon Musk and Tesla want to say that you don't need to do any maintenance on your cars, but you do, okay? And here's what you need to do. I did this last summer in 2023, which is you need to clean the air conditioner radiator / condenser, which is usually up in the front right here. If you have a radiator of your car, it'll be right in the front. But because Teslas have a frunk where you can store stuff in, it's actually laying flat behind the bumper on top of the front axle. And you have to take the whole tub out of that frunk to get to it. Go to TeslaHighMileageClub.com and check out some of the pinned posts. You will find the video, actually it's on this channel too, where I explain and show the entire procedure. But I say do it once a year, because since I have done it this year, my air conditioning compressor is working not very much, not so hard anymore, and the whole system works great, even on the hottest days. I used to be able to tell on the hottest days that it wasn't working right, and so I knew something wasn't right with the Tesla and with the way what was going on. Turns out they're just causing you to have deferred maintenance problems, aka replacing your air conditioning compressor, or just they'll say, oh, you have to replace the whole condenser or radiator unit. Well, you could just clean it once a year. Actually, I don't know why they're moving. I'm guessing that one's not working. Oh, and you may ask, how many Superchargers have you pulled up to and not been able to charge, have to wait, all this stuff? Let me get to that here. Let's get into that. I'd say that only a handful of times have I ever had to wait for a supercharger. But I also am not stupid enough to try to go into the superchargers in like high congestion areas. I like the peak use times, like during the middle of the day, okay? I won't do that. I'll only go, there goes Mr. V8. Actually, I saw a Tesla that said V8 Eater. That was the name of somebody's Tesla. Okay, I have not had to wait. I'm not stupid. I see all this FUD in the news, of course, and they're never broken either. They're constantly maintaining these things. If I have seen one that wasn't working, like this guy over here, just go to another one. It's no big deal. And you see how many superchargers there are at every location, how many stalls there are. At so many of these Electrify Americas, and I was just at a one last night that had Electrify America, there was like 10 Tesla superchargers and there was like 4 of the Electrify Americas, and we know that's hell on wheels, okay? That is such a nightmare of an experience, and I did a video on that a year or two ago. So, and of course, now we know that everyone switched over to the supercharging network. So this video is also not only about the fact that I've got 3,000 supercharging sessions on this car that I am the original owner of, that I'm the only one that has driven, and they've all been free, okay? Oh, and let me also mention, I did a video years ago that I said that the most expensive or most valuable Teslas that'll ever be made have already been made, okay? And the reason why I said that is actually because of some of the attributes of certain vehicles that were built in a very short time frame between the mid-October of 2016, gotta get this right, and the way you can tell is if you have side cameras, not just markers, because every Tesla has a marker here, but it actually has to have a camera in there, okay? If the side marker has a camera, and you can see mine does, right? That means this car is eligible for the full self-driving and will be level 5, all right? Which means it was built after October 2016 when they changed over the assembly lines. I don't know the exact point of, it may have been mid-October 2016, but you have to also have had to ordered it before the end of December 2016, because after that, they came up with a new code. Even though they said they were going to stop free and limited supercharging, they didn't stop it. The SCO2, I believe is what it is, only goes for the original owner. It does not transfer. This one transfers. So if I die, or if I just want to give it to somebody, they still get it. As long as I don't give it to Tesla and they take it away, because they will take it away if I give it to Tesla. So don't give your car to Tesla. When I say give, I mean don't trade it in, because you're going to lose that benefit. In addition, this was built before, I think, December 2017 or 18. I can't remember which one it is, but you got to check the fine print. You got to do a little research, because at that time they implemented the fair use supercharger policy. That was only for cars built at that point and going forward. Fair use supercharging means that you can't use, believe it or not, these superchargers for commercial use, meaning Uber or Lyft. And that's what's been in the news a lot recently. Tesla just has not been enforcing their fair use supercharger policy, but it's out there. But cars like mine are not subject to that. But hardly any Teslas were even built before 2017. It's a tiny little fraction of what was even built. And of course, a lot of these are not even on the road anymore. I see that people are parting them out. I don't understand why. Because they are the most valuable Teslas ever. So does that make sense to you? Why this car would be so valuable, even though it has almost 300,000 miles on it and 3,000 supercharging sessions? Let me know in the comments below if you have questions about that. Or go into TeslaHighMileageClub.com and check my video out. Search this channel, A Digital Nomad. Just put A Digital Nomad together, put Tesla, put most valuable, something like that. I'm getting honked at, I don't know why, from the Winn-Dixie parking lot. Okay. Also, please give me some thanks or super thanks in the lower right-hand corner. You see it down there? You can tip me, commensurate with the amount of value you're getting from this video. And hopefully this is a valuable experience for you, because this is 7 years of knowledge, first-hand direct knowledge. Does anybody else have this kind of knowledge with 3,000 supercharging sessions and over almost 265,000 miles? No. So please, tip me, commensurate with the amount of value you're getting with this. And by the way, I'm only on my second door, supercharging door. Only replaced once, okay? And I think it was a couple $100. How many 12-volt batteries? You know this car's a 12-volt? I've replaced it twice, so I'm on my third 12-volt, which is between the windshield and the frunk up there. I got videos on this channel about how to replace it. Check it out. Okay, now let's get to the nitty gritty stuff. How much range do I have on this car? When I bought this car from the factory, and actually sometimes it was over this, it was 257. That's what it was rated, 257 on the 20-inch rims. Actually, I got 22s now here. I'm driving with the 22s, so I'm not towing much anymore these days. And Tesla gave these to me through the referral program they had early on, which was really generous. They gave me a Powerwall too, which I didn't accept, but I took like a credit on my account of $5,000, I think, because I was racking up all kinds of bills because of the suspension. Actually, Model X, check out Intuitive, Don there over at Intuitive. Shout out to Don. I got a video with him, many videos on this channel, at least a couple of them, to how to fix your tires in the back, which wear out on the insides, which they are crazy bad. Always get on your hands and knees and look inside, not the outside, inside tread. Only way to do it is hands and knees. And get these parts from Intuitive at Don, N-T-U-I-T-I-V-E, Intuitive. These parts are great. They hold up, they don't break. I've had experiences where the parts have broken. Check my video, check my channel for the videos on those. That was horrific, and they never should have sold those to me. Anyway, Don's great. These parts have been lasting for at least 150,000 miles, I think I've got on them now, which is awesome. Incredible. Or close to 150,000 anyway, way over 100,000. So they also prevent the shudder. I've had to replace half shafts a couple times on the front, but you got to keep the sucker in low suspension setting for Model X. That's a problem really with S and X. And by the way, this is like some of the most American cars you can drive if you're not familiar with Tesla. My car is all designed, I think, and built in the United States, except for the battery pack, which is located on the floor pan between all four wheels. Okay, and those battery cells are made in Japan, at least on the S and X, because they're sourced from Panasonic in Japan. The rest of them are built by Tesla with Panasonic's help. All right, I get right now for range, I get 219 miles of range. That's my max, so I'm down about 14.8% from rated range. 14.8. That's not bad, because back in the day, people said, you don't have a home charger. By the way, I don't have a home charger. I don't. That's why I do this, okay? I bought this kind of on faith that the Supercharger network was going to keep increasing, and it has, and that it's going to be high quality, which it has been. So I've experienced a number of things along the way. That range has some caveats, okay? Yes, I get 219. Yes, I had 257. But Mike, how about the low end? How about the top end? The middle is all fine. Middle's all good. All good, all right? I say between 20 and 80, you're all good. No difference, no change, no nothing. But yeah, the ends is the problem. Now, you can search these videos up on my channel, but let me tell you quick. I have run out of electricity twice. I didn't go to zero. In fact, actually, when my car was new, I was able to go below zero. Now, you may say, how could you go below zero? Well, I just did it. My wife and I, Denise, were just in Miami, and I remember a time when I went about 7 miles below zero, and I was able to make it. But that was before I had 100,000 miles in my car. Once you get about 100,000 miles, it starts to change. All right, now this is definitely, you need to know this, okay? And by the way, super thanks me if this is important information. What you lose after 100,000 miles is the top end, the very top end, high end, like above 90%, and the low end, below 10%. You lose that. Okay, so actually between 10 and 90 is probably still about the same. Although, even below 20 sometimes, I'm starting to get little dots, hash marks, saying it's limiting my acceleration when I get in the low. It didn't used to do that. What happens is, zero isn't zero anymore. I will never go below 10% because I've run out of electricity at 8 miles and then at 13 miles. Now, 10% on my battery is about 21 miles, something like that. So I will never go below 20. That's the absolute lowest point for me that I will ever get to, and I haven't run out using that as a technique. So just keep that in mind. Once you're over 100,000, I would never go below 10%. What'll happen is your main pack will shut down. It'll say shutting down. Boop, 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 boop. And next thing you know, you got about 30 seconds to pull off the road, and it shuts down. It will not start up again. And if you put your hazards on, which I have done, then it drains your 12 volt, because your 12 volt stops being charged by the main pack because the computer is in self-preservation mode. It does not want to brick the pack. Yes, there's still energy in there, and I've called Tesla, trying to get them to release it. They won't release it. You have to get towed at that point. At one point, when I was actually within about 15 feet of a supercharger, and I couldn't move. I had to get someone to help me push the car. It's either that or a tow. It was crazy. That's how it works. That was at zero indicated. I I wouldn't even consider that running out because I was right at the supercharger, but still, it was a big pain in the ass, and it took me a while. I had to get some people to help me push the car. The other thing is the top end. It now takes forever and a day to get from like 95 to 100. It used to shut off. Denise and I are running in the mall trying to get back on time before Elon starts giving us his, whatever the fees are, idle fees, that's what they call them. And actually some superchargers now have what they call, my glasses are not straight, congestion fees, okay? Where if you can't go above like, I think 90% at these superchargers without being charged a huge fee because they want you to move because they know how long it takes. My car literally takes, I don't know, it could take 90 minutes to go from 95 to 100. 90 minutes just for that alone. Okay, didn't used to be like that. Now I can leave my car at a supercharger forever in a day. I usually have like 3 hours of time that I can kill because that last 95 to 100 is like 90 minutes, okay? This is what they don't tell you. I'm telling you, this is what happens as the pack ages. And now you may put 2 and 2 together, and you may have already concluded that, Mike, you are on the original battery pack at this amount of use at 3,000 superchargings. And yes, I am. I am on the original battery pack. Original motors, original battery pack. I told you why I had to replace my compressors, but that was lack of knowledge. And Elon is kind of, does Elon always tell 100% the truth? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I don't know. But he always uses the excuse that, has anyone ever built a electric car before? That's what he used to say 10 years ago or more. Has anyone ever built a self-driving vehicle before? A robot on wheels? And everyone's like, I don't know. No, of course not. Well, and then that's his excuse. But anyway, if you're looking for longevity, reliability, and as long as you have this key knowledge that I am transmitting to you in the form of the YouTube video, you can have a basically trouble-free ownership experience for hundreds of thousands of miles with this Tesla. Like I said, this has got the Japanese cells. I have a feeling that they last longer, but I don't have LFP. When you're like, Mike, what's LFP? Well, actually, I have a EcoFlow battery bank in here that I charge up, and plenty of videos on that, a couple videos on my channel. Check those out. That's LFP. LFP is the future. There's no cobalt. And I did a video on this, a long video explaining, because Tesla doesn't have a press department, why it's such a great thing that Tesla doesn't use cobalt. Check that video out, please. Also, they last way more, like double the number of charge cycles. I think they're rated, instead of being rated at like 2,000 plus charge cycles, they're like 4,000 plus charge cycles. So a charge cycle, by the way, is 0 to 100, and it has to be a complete 0 to 100. So even though I'm telling you got 3,000 supercharged sessions, it's actually not 3,000 complete charge cycles. Even if I got 70 kilowatts in this 90 kilowatt hour pack, okay, still doesn't add up. But it's only an average too. If you treat your battery well, and by well, we mean you don't brick it, you don't leave it without electricity for a long period of time, and you don't let it sit at 100%. That's another thing. Even if it takes you forever in a day to get to 100%, and I do, and probably today I will do that, I'm gonna drive off immediately and drive down to like 90% or lower, okay? Don't let it sit at 100, don't brick it. That's basically it. That's all you can do. Make sure you keep your air conditioning working well so that the supercharging sessions don't become a burden. Because like I said, back in the day, they said, well, you're gonna kill your battery pack within, I don't know, 1,000 supercharge sessions, that sucker is dead. And look, I got 3,000. We're still going, okay? It's amazing. And just join, of course, like I said earlier, TeslaHighMileageClub.com. That's why we have that group together. Oh, the motors are original. These motors that Tesla makes, I'd say, are all bulletproof as well. Bulletproof. Now the battery pack, like I said, LFP is the future. Get LFP, get even Japanese build LFP if you can. Although I have a feeling knowing Elon's already stolen all of Panasonic's technology. And the new LFPs built out of Austin, Texas, maybe even be superior. We may be in a new era, a new paradigm. I don't know. But for the motors, get your small drive units. The large drive units in back, and I'm not talking about Plaid. I don't know about Plaid. If you guys know about Plaid reliability, let me know in the comments, please. But these, if I was to get the performance, people say, oh, you should have got performance. And of course, at the time, it was almost 30 grand more, okay? For this ridiculous, ludicrous mode thing. You have to preheat. The old school, you have to preheat the battery pack and do launch control. The new Plaid, you don't do any of that. You just stomp on it anytime, any place. And the new cells are bigger, I think, that they're going to be using as well. They're still using the old smaller cells in these cars. I don't know, but like Cybertruck is the biggest cells ever. Model 3 and Y have intermediates, and these are like the super small AA. So these are like AA's, okay? Model 3 and Model Y are like size C's, and then Cybertruck is like size D's. And I guess you don't have to preheat those batteries so much. I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments. But the big thing I'm trying to convey to you is in the rear drive motor of the Performance Model X and S, it has a P next to it. That's how you tell. Before Plaid, there was a P, not for Plaid, but for Performance. And those have the large drive unit in the back. It's indicated on your screen. Just check your screen out on the front center screen. Large drive unit. Somebody posted just yesterday in the Tesla High Mileage Club saying, what is this coolant line going into the large drive unit? Does somebody have a schematic? Can someone tell me what this is used for? And I said, you know what it's used for? It's used for pumping the dry areas of that motor full of coolant, which shouldn't have coolant because they're dry, once the seal breaks. And the seal does fail in those things, and it just floods the whole motor with coolant and kills those large drive units in the back. If you want a fix for that, if you happen to have a Performance model, that's the Achilles heel of it, okay? Just go to TeslaHighMileageClub.com, search up the group. You will find actual fixes that people have that takes that coolant out of the whole picture. So it doesn't ever even run the coolant through the motor. So that if you're not running the coolant through the motor, the seal will never fail, and it will never flood your dry parts of that motor with coolant and kill it all off almost immediately. It's like an implosion. It's like a fast and sudden death. Okay. Now, when this battery pack that I have does die, I'll get messages, as I've seen on Tesla High Mileage Club, that say like reduce power, significantly reduce power, go to service or something like that. And then when that happens, I'll know this is it. Time for new battery pack. Oh, and let me tell you another thing. I do plan on keeping this car as long as I can because I do believe it's the most valuable Tesla ever produced, or one of them. Okay, why? Because it does not have to comply with the Tesla Fair Use Supercharger policy, even though they're not enforcing it right now, but they will. They will, okay? And the other thing is, I have Tesla FSD. I paid for it, already paid for, bought and paid for. They upgrade anything and everything that is needed to make this car functional, and SCO1 free unlimited supercharging for life. Yeah, these battery packs on S and X's, I'll probably get mine replaced with a 100 pack, I guess, as long as it's compatible, which I believe it is, 90 to 100. I've seen people do it on TeslaHighMileageClub.com, and I will get a brand new pack. That's the other thing I want to tell you guys. The remanufactured packs are just rolling the dice. They're only fixing what was broken. They are not giving you anything close to a new pack, because every other part that wasn't broken in that pack is old and has all kinds of use. And they may have not used proper techniques. They may have run it down and kept it below 20% and bricked the battery pack many times. They may have charged you 100 and left it there. You don't know. You just don't know, okay? They may have never cleaned the air conditioning compressor or condenser up in the front here, okay? They may have never done that. And because of that, even though they probably needed a compressor replacement because it would shut off, that's what mine was doing, is shutting off, you could still live with it. I could have still lived with it. It was weird because on hot days I'd have no air conditioning for a while until it rested, and the next day it would come back, okay? You don't know all these things. You don't know what they did, okay? So get a brand new battery pack. And actually, if you want to know what the least expensive Tesla own for replacing the battery pack, it's that one back there, Model Y. I think it's only like $5,000 to $6,000 for a brand new battery pack, where mine's gonna be like 20 grand. But keep in mind, I charge this for free for the whole next life of the second battery pack, whenever that is. Model Y over here cannot. They have to pay, but they pay less up front. So just keep that in mind. Model Y is the best selling car in the world. It's about 20% smaller than Model X. Yeah, I got Falcon Wing doors. They don't have Falcon Wing doors, okay? That's one of the biggest differences, I suppose. And yeah, there is more space inside the Model X. It's what makes our living out of the car possible. You may also say, Mike, how do you know you got 3,000 superchargers here on your cars? Because I use the Plug Share app. Plug Share. Get it. Find me on there. I am at TeslaHighMileageClub.com or digitalnomad.net. Mike Young. I'm on Plug Share. You'll see me. Every single session is documented. I know Tesla somehow keeps track, but a lot of times they don't. It's not reliable. And when I say that, what I mean is that they constantly change their website. At some point, I could see all my supercharging sessions, and now I can't anymore. It's whatever information they want to let us know about. And of course, we know from TeslaHighMileageClub.com, they don't give us all the information all the time. And some of it they may never give us. And you have to find it out on your own. Such as if you're buying a used Tesla pre-owned, the previous vehicle service history, Tesla won't tell you any of that information. And yes, let me show you the Falcon Wing doors, since we're talking about them. And you can see that was replaced at driver's side. Passenger side was not. And Denise is in here. I haven't had any problems with the operation of these doors, believe it or not, none. You can see her in her rolling IT sweatshop. She has her computer. There's a cooler. My luggage, we just got back from a trip. This folds down and there's a mattress in the back. Denise is going to the bathroom. I think I might join her. So that's the end of this video. If there's anything else you want to learn about the car, please let me know in the comments. Let me know, I'll answer them. I'll make another video, whatever you guys want. Thanks so much for watching. Give a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't already. I'll see you in the next video.